Hello everybody, welcome to niXtreme. Today we're going to be checking out my game pickups leading into February. Let's check it out. Hello everybody, welcome back. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below and let's get into these pickups. Okay, so we're going to get into these pickups. We're going to do it like usual, where we go from new to old. So the classic stuff is going to be closer to the end of the video, which in my opinion will keep you watching the whole video. So let's jump in. Okay, starting off, I have the Overcooked Collection. It comes with Overcooked and Overcooked 2. So this is a cooking game where it's team-based, and it's 4 players, so it's a party game, actually. It looks like a really fun party game where you have to essentially cook meals as a team. But there's all these obstacles that happen in the levels, which make it very unique and very cool. Interesting about this one is I actually got it through an Amazon warehouse deals for very cheap. And there's a reason for that, because warehouse deals, if you don't know, is where Amazon sells their returns. So as you can see here, the case is very smashed up on the front and back. It's got holes busting through the case there, and it's got almost like a liquid stain on the cover art, and it smells like perfume. So this must have originally got shipped with some sort of bottled smelly thing that broke in the box, and that's why I got returned. But the game case, the actual game cartridge is fine, and yeah, the game looks like a lot of fun and it's a really good price. I actually ordered a replacement cases from eBay to swap the case out, although I can't do much about the label art because the label art's damaged from water damage, but it is what it is. Next up, I got Rico. Rico is a 2-player split-screen first-person shooter with roguelike elements. So what the whole idea of it is essentially you're busting through these drug houses, and the drug house rooms are randomly generated. So every time you play, it's a different rooms generated, and it's got a cel-shaded art style. It looks kind of like 13 did on the GameCube, and it's a lot of fun. Like, the shooting feels tight and the game feels really, really good.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rico.
Next up, I finally got in one of my limited run game orders, and starting off in that order, there's 3 games in there. The first one is Shantae and the 7 Sirens. You've already seen me do a gameplay video on this last month. I posted it up. I've been highly anticipating this. This is a series I discovered on the Switch. I never knew about Shantae before the Switch, and I've been trying to pick them up where I can. So this one, as soon as I got it, I played through it. Game is awesome. It's a side-scroller Metroidvania where you play as Shantae, the half-genie hero. This is just a sequel, and this was a lot of fun. And I love the animation of the games. I love the gameplay. I love the layout. The difficulty is right at the right spot for me. Like that the game is really enjoyable. So I really enjoyed this one.
Shake my hips and whip my hair. It's a new day. The magic will blow. My heart yells. Let's go transform and fly away. We will dance through the danger until the world is saved. Can't stop me now 'cause I'm Shantae.
Next up, I have Blaster Master Zero and Blaster Master Zero 2. These also came in that limited run box. With limited run, I try to wait and order games at the same time, as opposed to ordering them one at a time, because limited run shipping to Canada is crazy expensive. So if you're able to group games up, it makes it lowers the price a little. So it's good to do that. Now these games are essentially sequels to the original Blaster Master, which was on the NES, or I think Blaster Master 2 was on the Sega Genesis. Great games. The whole idea is it's like a platformer where you essentially are using a tank as a platform for platforming, so your tank can jump and stuff. But then you can get out of your tank and go into like little areas that you couldn't get into with your tank. These are real cool games, and I'm super excited to play them because I love the original Blaster Master. Next up, I got Oddworld's Munchs Odyssey. Now this is just a port of the original Xbox game. The Weird World of Oddworld. It's the graphics are just the same as the original Xbox version. It's like a straight up port pretty much. It's obviously in HD, but it's a straight up port. It doesn't look like they did any work with the textures or anything, but I don't know. They're pretty good. They feel good playing these Oddworld games. The controls are always good, and they're just, it's a nice little blast from the past to jump into one of these. Next up, I got one that I was looking for. I was waiting for it to go down in price to pick it up, but the opposite actually happened. I guess because they only did a small print of this one, the price actually shot up. So I managed to find a copy at one of my EB Games, and so I picked it up. And that is Cobra Kai, The Karate Kid Saga Continues. So this is a side-scroller beat-em-up based on the new Netflix TV show, which was formerly a YouTube TV show. And it's kind of cool because side-scroller beat 'em up, and you can choose at the beginning of the game whether you're going to play through Cobra Kai Dojo or Miyagi Dojo. Now, from what I understand, they're both the same levels going through. You just pick which one you want to play as, and I think it's a different story going through as well. But from what I understand, this game is actually really good, and nobody expected it to be, and that's why it's hard to find. Next up, I got Darksiders Genesis. I picked this up at my local Walmart because it was on clearance. And I've been looking to get this game anyway, so it just worked out good. Darksiders Genesis is taking the Darksiders storyline and essentially putting it into a Diablo-like game. It's kind of cool. I believe it's 2 players, so it's got some couch co-op fun in it. And I don't know, I like the Darksiders games. Obviously, this is a very different game than regular Darksiders games, but I also like Diablo, so we'll see how good this is. Next up, this is kind of an obscure one, and I'm not even really sure how I found out about it. Because this game has only got a German release, and I can't remember how I found out about it, but it's very obscure, this game, and it's called Caveman Warriors Deluxe Edition. This game is cool. It's a side-scroller platformer where you play as cavemen, and it's actually a 4-player co-op game, or you can play single player, and I believe it's like the right trigger. You can swap between your cavemen. You can switch between them because they all have different abilities that are required to get you through the levels. So it's a pretty cool game. It kind of gave me a little bit of nostalgic vibes because one of my first Sega Genesis games I got was Chuck Rock, and I love that game. And I got a little bit of a nostalgia kick from picking this up. So real cool game. It's an awesome box set. It comes with some extra goodies in it that you don't normally get in the game. So it's definitely worth picking up. Next up, it's another game I got at clearance at Walmart, and it's called Project Helios 1971. My Walmart had this on clearance for $10, so I picked it up. I had no idea what it was when I picked it up, and then I looked it up after, and it is a XCOM style turn-based game. It looks fun. I don't know if it's good or not, but like I said, it was on clearance for $10, so I picked it up. Next up, if you've been watching these pickup videos, you would know that I love my old school PC point-and-click adventure games, and so I picked up another one. I'm trying to pick these up as they come out, or as I can find them for a good price. This game did get a North American release, but I got the European copy because it was significantly cheaper to buy that off of eBay. So it's just, like I said, it's just another point-and-click adventure game, and it's called Come Visit Trubebrook. And it looks pretty cool. 3D graphics on this point-and-click adventure game. The graphics are kind of cool. It looks like a little bit like it looks almost kind of like a stop animation movie, the way the game looks. The graphics are really interesting. Cool looking game. I can't wait to jump into it. I love these point-and-click adventure games, as you know.
You can imagine it as a rift, a junction in space-time. The real world. Its outlines become somewhat twisted. Warped.
Like, say, an insubstantial, incorporeal blackness?
Exactly. How do you know that?
I think I've seen it.
If you look at the northern pole of Saturn, you will recognize that shape.
If I could just open your eyes.
Next up, I have one Xbox game, and that is Kingdom Hearts 3. This was on clearance at my local Walmart as well. I've been meaning to pick this up. I do have Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 on, I believe I have them on the PlayStation 2. So Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, and what Kingdom Hearts is, if you do not know, it's essentially Square Enix taking their RPG formula and mixing it in with Disney. So essentially you're traveling between all these different Disney realms where you interact with Pirates of the Caribbean, and you're hanging out with Goofy and Donald Duck. You go to Toy Story, all these cool things. You're going to all these different Disney movies in this game. So I'm excited to play it. The other ones were really good, and I'm looking forward to playing this one. I hear this one isn't great though, so I got to keep my expectations at a decent level.
存在しないものをどうやってこの世界に呼び戻すというのだ。ロクサスを復活させるということは、ソラ、お前は結局闇の力を使うのか。
Next up, I missed this in my Christmas video. I got this for Christmas. My cousin got me this. It is a PacMan coffee mug. Pretty cool. I like PacMan. I like coffee. So it's a neat present. Next up, this is nothing game related, but I've been on a huge 90s nostalgia kick lately, and that is I got the complete box set of Saved by the Bell. Rest in peace, Dustin Diamond. Okay, next up. As you know, for my birthday this year, I picked up a Sega CD. So I've been trying to actively collect for the Sega CD. So I got a few Sega CD games here, and I'm excited to show them to you. Next up, I got Dracula Unleashed. So this is a cool game. It's another FMV game based on Dracula, and I love these FMV games. I'm trying to pick up as many of these as I can for the Sega CD. I always enjoy them. I love the cheesy 90s acting in them. They make me so happy.
I wish you were here now, Quincy. You were always there for me when I needed you. Even now, it's your friends who've made me strong enough to carry out what I must do. First it was Father Janos who started me on this agonizing task. Now with the aid of your old allies, it looks like we'll end this horrible scourge. So much has happened these past few days.
Next up, I have Bram Stoker's Dracula. This is the second Dracula game on the Sega CD. Now, this one isn't as heavily FMV based. This is actually a side-scroller, I don't want to say platformer. This one isn't great. It's a very different game than the Sega Genesis game. The Sega Genesis Dracula game is fantastic. It's almost like a Castlevania, but this one isn't as good. But it's kind of cool to check out. I got it in a bundled deal with that the other Dracula game, so I got them both together.
What the heck you doing in here? You see this? He's called a carrot. Now get out there and uncrate him! $2 an hour, and he's such a runner. He's a king.
Dracula from Sony ImageSoft. Sure, it's just a game.
Next up, I got another FMV game, and this is called Midnight Raiders. Now this one here is a FMV, essentially helicopter shooting game. So essentially all it is it'll play a video of a helicopter flying, and you have to shoot it with your crosshairs. And then it'll take a little lag break where it tries to load the new video of the helicopter crashing. So it's kind of funny playing this because it's so poorly made. But like I said, cheesy 90s acting.
How was that?
Good shooting, kid.
All right.
Next up, keeping in the theme of Caveman games, I previously just showed you Caveman Warriors there, and I mentioned one of my first games to get on the Sega Genesis when I was a kid was Chuck Rock. And I've never played this, but this is Chuck Rock 2. I think this also got a release on the Genesis as well, but playing this is kind of cool because when you pop it in, it gives you like this long cartoon video of what happened after Chuck Rock 1 leading into this game, where you play as Chuck Rock's child. I think his name's Chuck Rock. I'm just assuming it is. But anyways, this game is cool. Similar gameplay as original Chuck Rock. A little bit different. You have a club instead of being able to pick things up, I believe. And I don't know. It seemed pretty fun. I can't wait to play it because, like I said, I love the original Chuck Rock.
Welcome, gamesters, to Chuck Rock 2, Son of Chuck. Life was almost perfect for Chuck and his beautiful wife, Ophelia. Only one thing was missing. An heir to the Rock Empire. The new arrival made their happiness complete. Chuck was a very proud father, and his son was a real chip off the old block.
Next up, I got another FMV game, and this one's a classic one. This is also a light gun game as well. I believe they use the light gun anyways. I have the Justifier for the Genesis. I haven't plugged it in to try it with this yet to see if it works. As I know right now, I can use the D-pad on the controller to aim the crosshairs. And it's another FMV game, like I said, and it's called Who Shot Johnny Rock? This is done in the style of one of those 1930s detective movies there. Yeah, this is kind of neat. Worth checking out.
I never was very lucky until I met Johnny Rock. And now someone's even taken him away from me. The cops have closed the file on this one, and that's why I need you. I know it was one of the 4 diseases that let the hammer down on my man.
Okay, the last game in our pickups this month, and it's a good one. It's a good one. It's G.I. Joe and the Lioness Factor on the NES. This is an awesome side-scroller game on the NES. You essentially go through levels and you rescue your fellow Joes, and then they join your team, and then you could switch through them as you go through the levels. This game is a lot of fun. My brother had it when we were kids. I've been looking for a copy of it for a good price because the G.I. Joe games on the NES can get a little bit pricey. I got this one for a really good deal though, and it was definitely worth it. Label's mint condition, so very happy about this. Well, everybody, these are our pickups leading into February of 2021. If you like what you saw, hit like. If you dislike what you saw, hit dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment down below. Hey, And if you like this video, share it with your buddies if you think they might like it. Who knows? Maybe they'll subscribe. Maybe they'll check out the video. Alright, we'll see you later.